Welcome to our special 4-part series on stress management. I'm your host, Jeff van der Westhuizen, and I'm thrilled to be joined by Toorn, a distinguished occupational therapist. Together, we'll delve into this crucial topic and explore effective strategies to help you manage stress better. And welcome to episode number 3 today about stress management. How's your stress today?
Thank you, Jeff. Now I think my stress levels are good today. We're managing, and hopefully we can help other people today to also learn how to manage their stress.
Yes, that's why we're here today to really look at strategies for stress management, things that work. And when people stress too much, obviously they're doing something that's not working because now it escalates the stress. So today I would like to just extract some information from you, strategies that work for people in the workplace, home, family, everything, because hey, we just live once, eh?
Yeah.
And let's just make the best of this opportunity called living, having a life. So let's start with strategies. From what angle would you like to tackle it this morning?
You know what, Jeff? I think the one thing is that when we have stress, we always try and do something. You know, I feel overwhelmed, I feel stressed, I don't know how to do this. And we, in our own, sometimes innocence, ignorance, but just trying to make things better, we do certain things. Sometimes, however, those things are not positive things. It's not positive ways of managing our stress. And sometimes can even lead to more stress. So some of those things that we sometimes do, you know, sometimes when I'm stressed, I go and sleep. But it doesn't mean that my stress is gone when I wake up.
Yeah.
But sometimes people go and smoke more. You know, when you're stressed, you really smoke a lot more than usual if you are a smoker.
Yeah.
Other things is that people get involved in gambling, people use substances, alcohol, drugs, even sometimes get involved in sexually inappropriate behavior, spending recklessly, you know, spending money that you don't have, driving recklessly, etc. I think what we try and do is to make this stress just go away, but we're not managing the stress.
Yes.
And so sometimes that very thing that we do is trying to avoid the stress or trying to run away from the stressor. It actually can make the stress more. It can actually make the experience that you have more negative than what it was in the beginning. So I think sometimes we try our best to just move beyond. You know, I'm gonna go and make another loan. If I'm stressed about my finances, I am going to stay out late with friends, and that just leads to family conflict and issues. Sometimes I have work stress and I just stay absent. I stay away from work. And that affects my reputation at work. And then I have to work even harder to fix things at work again.
Yes.
And that's just perpetuating that stress cycle.
So in other words, inappropriate stress management activities create more stress. In fact, although it was well intended, and as you say, we always try our best, but sometimes because maybe of ignorance, not knowing of better, we think this is a good way to handle stress, as the examples you gave, but in fact it just makes it worse. I think we need to look at some of the most effective strategies. What would you say, number one?
I think before I start there, Jeff, I want to say when we look at stress management strategies, we want to look at short-term but also long-term.
I understand,
Not just the short-term, because, you know, taking a drink tonight, in the short-term, I'm going to forget about my stress. But if I can look at longer-term strategies to manage my stress, I might minimize the stress that I have. I might prevent feeling so stressed, and I might minimize the impact that stress might have on me. And so when we look at strategies, I think the first thing is to look at, how do I live my life every day? What is my lifestyle like? What do I do?
Yes.
And so the first thing that people always say to you is exercise if you have stress. Now, when we say exercise, we don't mean you must go and take out a gym contract. We don't mean that you must go and run a marathon or something like that. But it's basic things as taking the stairs at work.
Yes.
It's taking a walk to the shop rather than driving. It's taking a longer route around. If you have access to Wi-Fi, you can go and download things on YouTube to just exercise. Get a few friends and start walking every morning. You can do your own type of exercise at home, or
Yes.
get these dance videos, things. There's many ways of getting exercise in your body, into your daily routine. It's important that besides just exercising, that we also need to get sleep.
Yes.
So one of the things is, when you are overly tired, you are unable to think clearly, you are a little bit more irritable, etc. And so it takes away your capacity to be able to deal with stresses that might come your way during the day.
Yes.
And so if we can make sure that we get enough sleep and that we get good sleep.
How much is enough sleep?
For me, 8 to 10 hours, but for most people, 6 to 8 hours. 6 to 8 hours, most people can function on that for a full day. Some people 8 to 10 hours, etc. And making sure that when you sleep, you have deep sleep, that you have good sleep. Sorry, it's important that you look at what do you do before you go to bed at night.
The routine.
The sleep routine. You can't be watching an action movie and then think you're going to fall asleep in the next 5 minutes once you've seen the end. Or horror. Okay, I don't even go there. Also, don't have those deep conversations around your issues or problems.
Or fight with your spouse.
Or fight with your spouse, man. Start thinking about what is it that you do. Maybe you need to stop your screen time by 8 o'clock at night, so that your brain can also go to rest.
Requires some discipline, eh?
Yes, it does. It does.
Yeah.
Or if you are using your cell phone, put it on dark mode and take the brightness off.
Yes.
Try to not do work too late at night. Now I am guilty at that one, but try and not do work too late at night. If you have things that you're going through right now in your life, a crisis or a stressor, don't phone someone at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, because you're going to open up everything, you're going to get into, and then you won't be able to fall asleep.
No.
We also want to think about making sure that you have continuous sleep. So I usually say to people, try to stop drinking water by 7, 8 o'clock at night.
Yes.
Don't drink your Coca-Cola and your Dragon and Red Bulls and Plays at night. We generally discourage energy drinks and caffeinated drinks with a lot of sugar in, like your Coca-Colas and those things. But if you have to use it, don't try to not drink it at night. We want to make sure that we get a good night's rest.
Yes.
And then it's about the healthy eating as well. Healthy eating, our greens, our green vegetables, which nobody really likes.
Yeah.
Drinking a lot of water, as well as getting enough protein into your system is important. And those are some of the basic things that we can change about our daily life. I think there's some other things. I don't know if you want me to continue, if I may.
Yes.
Okay.
What I like so far is very basic, simple things that we can do to alleviate our stress. It's not rocket science, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. But sometimes when you get so overwhelmed, you forget about those things. And so if we can try to get into a routine of doing things right when things are okay already.
Yes.
So that when things become stressful, we are already in that pattern, we're already in that routine. of dealing with our daily life in a more appropriate and more effective way.
Yes.
There's other things like music, what music does for us. It's if you play music as a South African, I think it's gonna you'll feel like you need to move, and when you move, it helps your body to just relieve some of that stress.
Yes.
Music is also that thing that sometimes there's words in that song that can encourage you, that can uplift you.
Yes, absolutely.
Sometimes when you just think of nothing but just that stupid lyric sometimes, it also makes you forget about it in the moment. Listening to music is not going to make your stress go away. Let me just put it like that.
Yes.
But it puts you in a better mental state
Yes.
to be able to manage your stresses better.
Yes.
The other thing that I think that's important to note is to have fun. Life is hard. Life is serious.
Yes.
But we need to have fun. We need to do things that's lekker.
Yes. Yes, we need to make the best of every moment.
Yes.
And when we can see the beauty in the small things in life, we can also use that as a way to handle stress more effectively. Yeah.
And when you have fun, some people say you must have money. You don't always need money to have fun. Come and sit with me and I'll show you how to have fun.
Oh yeah, okay.
Without spending money. And I think
Yes.
sometimes we get restricted because we think, oh, I must go to the beach. I must go to the fun park. I must go to the movies and spend money.
Yeah.
It does not necessarily mean that. And so you've got to find the little things in life that you like and do those things. So at the moment, I'm playing a game and I only play one level a day, but I'm enjoying that.
Yes.
And that for me is fun.
Absolutely.
For someone else, it might be to go and visit with family and have a laugh and just make fun and jokes and so on. It's important that you find that thing that you love to do, because that thing is the thing that's going to help you through the difficult times. It's going to motivate you. It's going to keep you positive. When you finish that thing, when I do craft sometimes, once I finish the craft, I feel like, yes. And when you have that emotion,
Absolutely.
when negative things come or when stresses come, you are in a better space to be able to manage that. Sometimes I use it to de-stress. So if I've had a bad day, and when you start painting or when you start writing or when you start doing a crossword puzzle and you get that right, you have forgotten about that stressor. It has distracted you from that thing that you find difficult
Yes.
to manage.
Well, I like what I hear, and I think our listeners and our viewers will also appreciate it, that they will find out the things that makes their heart smile, the things that give them joy is what will work for them to work to alleviate stress, the things that really give them joy in their heart. And now, next episode, we're going to carry on, because I think we are just starting now and we haven't even scratched deep enough. And I'm very excited about this episode today to give our people the not just tools but practical guidelines how to handle the reality of stress, because stress is not something that we can avoid. We need to manage it.
Yeah.
It's there to stay. We can't ignore it. We just have to face it and tackle it. One last word from your side.
I think one more thing, as a last strategy, I think it's finding yourself, finding what works for you and what grounds you, what makes you feel calm. And that can also be something we call mindfulness.
Yes.
Being present and being in the moment. So often our own thoughts is the thing that makes us stress. And so if we can be here, present, do what is here,
Yes.
try and fix what is here, rather than go and preempt and, oh, that's going to happen. Relaxation and meditation is also important. You know, we need to relax our mind so that we can think clearer about the solutions.
Yes.
If I am so stressed and wound up, I need to relax myself so that I can think clearly. And you know, when I do that, I breathe better. And when I breathe better, I circulate my blood better through my body. And I help my brain to also think better.
Yeah.
I can manage my heart rate. You know, in the
Yes.
first session we spoke about, or second session, we spoke about what happens to our bodies.
Yes.
And so when we relax, it also helps our bodies to go into relax mode. And so I want to say, if you've missed anything today, if you've forgotten anything today, it's about taking care of your body, looking at your thoughts and your physical management of your body.
To be in touch with yourself, to know the needs of your body and not to ignore it as such.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for today. I'm looking forward to our next episode.
Okay. Thank you, Jack.